Well, at the beginning, it's the people. And then I started thinking about investing in Barbados. And how did I come to have this idea? It really was jazz, which I loved, my wife loved, and the Waterfront Cafe. The vibrancy on a Thursday night that came out of that, around an area that was declining, but looking at this and saying, this is the most wonderful area to regenerate. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about bringing life back. We're talking about cafes. We're talking about telling the story of the wharf, going back to the 1600s. And people come back to Bridgetown because this is a place to be. And that's what we're trying to do. So it's going to become the core of coming back and living as well, and also being entertained right here with the Waterfront Cafe at the center.
The Pierhead, I was on the board of the Barbados Shipping and Trading at the time. As a director, I became very involved. In fact, we had planned a project for the Pierhead. I would go back 20 years experience designing and testing that project in every way possible. And then I just happened to have a good friend by the name of Neville Isdell. One day I said, Neville, let's go and have lunch in town. And of course, he said to me before that he was interested in some investment. And when I couldn't get where I had offered to take him, I said, Neville, let me take you to a nice place called the Waterfront Cafe at the Pierhead. And when we walked into the Waterfront Cafe, everyone ran up to him and said, Mr. Isdell, nice to see you, nice to see you. I said, wait a minute, they know you here? Neville said, of course, I come here every Tuesday night with my wife. I said, okay, so I've taken you to a good place. He said, I love this place. I said, in which case, why don't you buy it? I'll tell you why it is even more important to me, because I'm of the age where I remember Bridgetown when it had some life to it. I grew up around Bridgetown. My family had business in Bridgetown. In fact, right across the street here in front of the public buildings. That was a building where I, as a child, my parents had a business. So I remember when Bridgetown was active. And now to see and be a part of what is about to happen and is happening is even more important to me as a Barbadian, because I remember what it was, I remember what happened, and now I'm looking forward to the excitement of that new development.
Almost every Barbadian can trace their ancestry back to entering the island at this point. And so that was the big inspiration. Although this is a very forward-focusing project, we want to bring reminders in the past. And we've done that in several ways, leaving pieces that allows you to remember what was here before, significant pieces that kind of jars the memory for those who've been here before, but it also begs questions for those who haven't, so again, that they can be enlightened.
My hope is to see heritage and history delivered to the public in a way that we cannot necessarily teach in schools. It's actually a tactile experience, it's a lived experience, and it's bringing heritage to life for young and old alike. The overarching theme is the designation, UNESCO designation in 2011. I think more needs to be made of that, and there's a tremendous opportunity in this project to reinvigorate and strengthen that designation. And this is my hope and my vision, among others, for the UNESCO inscription, which does relate to historic Bridgetown and its garrison.
Pierhead is going to be, for the first time, a mixed-use development in the heart of Bridgetown. So it's a lifestyle thing. It's not just residences, it's kind of what you do, the cafes, the restaurants, the retail shopping. It brings all these components into one area, and again, for the first time, to have such an exciting type of development in the heart of the city.